Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you work on a team. Everything is awesome. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Apologetically Me. I'm Maggie.
I'm Wanda.
And we're here with an episode to talk to you about what's trending today in September on 2021. Before we get started, Wanda, tell the people what you got going on.
So I have nothing really going on this week, but the day this podcast comes out, which is Thursday, September 30th, it is also the day of Jordan's birthday. So happy birthday, Jordan. Congratulations on 26 years of living and 26, at least 26 more. Yeah. We made you a heart the first time. That was much better, but like Maggie wasn't recording.
Happy birthday, Jordan. That was our present to you. That's all you get. Wanda's wishing you infinite life, not 26 more years.
Yeah, I said at least.
Yeah, at least 26 more years. I guess we'll be seeing you again soon for your birthday.
Which will be on Saturday, even though Maggie denies having ever said that. So I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, but Nick and Jordan, Nick is Maggie's boyfriend, have decided to joint celebrate their birthday because Nick's birthday is on October 9th. And we had decided that we would celebrate on the Saturday of the first week of October. And for some reason, Maggie is now claiming that she does not remember this. And it seems like this could be an issue because she does work on Saturdays and we have nothing yet planned.
They kind of sprung it on us. That was really random that we have to plan their birthday.
Yeah, but it was like they sprung it on us 3 weeks ago. So we have had time to consider and think about and plan something, but we have left it to the last minute.
Yeah, to be fair, I guess Nick was asking me like, "Hey, just wondering, do you have anything planned for our birthdays yet?" And I said, "What? How dare you? What do you mean?" And then yeah, we never got to it.
Yeah. Jordan told me, but he told me a little bit differently. He was like, "Hey, we have decided that we're going to do a joint birthday and you and Maggie are going to plan it." So I immediately messaged Maggie being like, "Hey, did you hear about this? Like, what do you want to do?" And she's like, "Wait, what? I just know that they wanted a joint birthday. I didn't know that we had to plan it as well." And then Maggie said this to Nick, and Nick was like, "Oh, I just didn't want to tell you or say it out loud. I'm glad Jordan said it."
Yeah, that's funny because I was literally like sitting right next to Nick at the time and I was like, "What the heck? What is this? What are we doing? What am I planning your thing?" So, October 2nd it is. This is now in my schedule. So, I've been scheduling stuff in like Nick's calendar or else like he won't remember stuff. I mean, I do the same too. I schedule stuff in my calendar, but when I do it for his, I keep it vague on purpose. Maybe I shouldn't do that though, because now I'm kind of worried that he's gonna be like, "Wait, what is this?" On my birthday, I put "who dis," so I hope he remembers that that's my birthday.
And if he doesn't, you'll be like, "Why don't you remember my birthday?" And then he'll be like, "Well, you put who dis on that day. Like, how am I supposed to know that's your birthday?" And you're like, "You should have remembered my birthday."
Yeah, so really, there's no pleasing me. I want to be so funny, but then my feelings get hurt in the end.
Yes. Okay. So what do you have going on this week?
I don't really have a lot going on. We went out for Sally's birthday. Happy belated to Sally. She turned 25. We got so many Libras in our life. Yeah, we went to Korean barbecue. Not much. I realized when we were like all saying stuff, I was like, wow, I miss going out so much. We used to go out all the time. And now we go out so rarely. But like I still see you guys like quite often. But I'm like, wow, this is so nice.
Yeah, we've been going out a lot. We've been going out actually so much that you instituted a rule of not eating out anymore.
Yeah, that was so nice. Like a little over. I think I went like exactly like 2 weeks, maybe a little under 2 weeks, where I like did not go out to eat. But then like I finally was out to eat. And I was like, wow, this is so nice. Yeah, Nick's birthday is also coming up on the 9th. Everyone's birthday is like so clumped together. I really don't love that. But also, I know you talked about it before. You were like, my thing is I don't want to date someone who has like a birthday similar to mine or like really close to mine. And we all called you a narcissist because, in a nutshell, isn't it kind of a narcissist thing? Like, ugh, we need to have separate birthdays so that I get my day, you get your day. And we don't have to like stress out about stuff. Which I get, I respect that, but is it a deal breaker?
I think it's a deal breaker, but it is something that's like, oh, I wish our birthdays were farther apart. And the thing is, it's like you said basically what I said at like a later date. You were like, oh God, I wish everyone's birthday wasn't so clumped together. But that's literally what I said. But it just now you're saying it, and you're like, no, but like my way of saying it is like better, and it's like nicer, and like
my way was nicer. I thought it would be nice that when we all get together, it doesn't have to be like we don't have to clump people together. We can get people together at different times of the year. Like, we don't have anything going on in, like, May or April. Wouldn't it be so nice if we had someone's birthday there, then we all got together?
hey, but listen, so it's the same thing with like your significant other, right? Okay, so the way that I actually pitched this was actually very nice. And what it is I want my birthday to be far apart, or at least far enough apart from my significant other, so that we can both enjoy our days separately. So there's no feel of like immediate like reciprocity. Like, oh, they did this for my birthday, so now I have to do something bigger or better for their birthday because it's so immediate, you know? You want time to kind of like reflect, and like you just want to have time apart from birthdays. It's really about that you can celebrate each person like well. Like you have time to celebrate each person.
Oh, okay. That's pretty nice. I take it back.
Yeah.
I think because you, like, spun it around. I think when you
I
first
did
said
not
it. I think when
no.
was this on the podcast? Can we, like, put a tape in of you,
No.
like, saying that? Damn it.
No, this was on first time we were celebrating my birthday. I was like, I would like it if my significant other's birthday was a little bit farther than mine. But I might have said it a little differently this time, but the meaning behind it was the same. It was like I want to celebrate them for them, and I want to be celebrated for me for me.
Sweaty, I guess.
You just what is that thing where it's just like you make everything I say seem bad?
Are you my mom? My mom's the exact same thing. She's like, why did you put words in my mouth like that? Why did you make it seem like I had more toxic, like, meaning behind it? That's funny.
There's a word for this. It's kind of like that. Like you're twisting my words around, but it's like there's a word for this, and I can't remember what it is.
If you remember, let us know in the comments so that my mom and Wanda can use this against me. No other updates for me. Who's your beef or crush of the week?
I guess I can spin this update into a beef. I'll do that. So Jordan has been having some issues with his eyesight, like at a distance and driving at night. Like the glare of LED lights in cars seem to really bother him. And I think it's partly because he drives like a lower car, like lower to the ground car. So the way that like an SUV who drives by, like the lights shine directly into his face. My solution for this was to just buy another car, a newer car, an SUV. This problem does not happen as much. But road signs have been kind of blurry to him. We went to Eastside Mario's, and great bread, by the way. But he couldn't read something on the TV that he knew that he could read in the past. So finally he decided, with some probing on my end, to book an eye exam. And I thought it was going to be some, super climactic, like, oh no, like you're going to need glasses to drive. You're basically legally blind, that kind of stuff. But it was not. The optometrist basically said, you don't really have to wear glasses if you don't want to. He's probably in the top 10% of eyesight in the world still. And yet the difference, that slight difference, he was like, yeah, when they put on like corrective lenses, or like when they put on, I don't know, the world seemed a little bit brighter. It was a little bit better. But like my beef is, I thought it was going to be like super bad, like his vision's going to was deteriorating or something like that. Like he made it sound like so serious. He was like, I don't want to get an eye exam because I like, I'm afraid what they're going to tell me. And then he's like, what if I have a brain tumor? What if I have like an eye disease or something?
Oh
Because
my
like I feel like my
God.
vision deteriorated so quickly. But none of that happened. He was basically fine. He doesn't even need it at all, really. The optometrist was like, you can get it if you want to get it.
Jordan, you drama queen.
I know, right?
Oh my God. When you put it that way, it's like, oh, poor sweetie. But then he's like, oh, I think I'm gonna get a brain tumor or something bad's gonna. Jordan, you drama queen. Happy birthday, but oh my God. Do you not have enough drama in your life, Jordan?
It's so funny because it's like when I like get hurt, like if I hit my toe or stub my toe, I'm like, ow, and then I'm like on the floor. But I'm like, I sulk in pain quietly. If Jordan gets hurt, he is constantly talking about how he is in pain.
Sorry, Jordan.
Sorry. Didn't
Oh.
mean to make fun of you on your birthday podcast.
This is a honey roast.
Yeah. This is all in jest.
Yeah, exactly.
What is your beef or crush of the week?
I finally started watching that show you recommended, New Working Mom. For those who don't know, it's a Canadian show. It's by Catherine Reitman and her husband. It's pretty funny. It's just based on like, moms going back to work. They're all in a mommy group. They have like main characters. They kind of focus through people. The one I hate the most is Jenny. Man, fucking Jenny. Why they had to make the Asians so like ditzy and horrible? Like first I was like kind of on her side about the whole like identity crisis thing, and then like she wanted to stay at home. She doesn't want to work anymore. She wants to spend time with her baby. But like, damn, like she should not be a mother. She got a lot to figure out. She shouldn't have been married in the first place. She sucks.
She does. And I feel like that was such a trope back in the day. We had a friend in high school who kind of often talked about it. And after she mentioned it, like, it really opened my eyes, I guess. Like whenever like back in the like mid 2010s, early 2010s, whenever they casted like an Asian character, it was always like the weird Asian character. Like think about Pitch Perfect, where the Asian character was like super like creepy and always like talked in a super low voice.
Actually, that's a good point of like I think like the only exception was like Lucy Liu, but like she's the exception, not the rule. But yeah, when you think of like what's that movie? 16 Candles, I want to say, like that long
Yeah.
John something.
Yeah, that one was particularly bad. I watched that like a few years ago and I was like, oh, this is really
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah. Everyone always has like. Actually, even when you think about it, you know that show Victorious.
Yeah.
Victoria, Tori, and whatever, they get like sponsorship from this Chinese restaurant. The lady who also I've seen her in Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. She never had an Asian accent before. They made her have one. They made her like super weird, very aggressive. Yeah, just like straight up weirdo and like things she would do and say. Like very Tiger Mom-esque. And then she comes back and she's still known as like the weirdo. So yeah, you're right. Even in like modern day stuff, Asians
Yeah.
are still the weird ones.
We're getting better, I think. Like we do have things like Crazy Rich Asians, but at the same time, I think it's been it's less of a butt of the joke and more of there for comedic relief now. So there's always that quirky Asian friend that you will see in like predominantly Asian movies.
Yeah.
So it's still kind of there if you look for it.
I know like people are kind of hating on Aquafina for being like the token Asian one, for being like the funny best friend kind of thing. And her black scent too, but like I don't know how to feel about that. Like, are we gonna be mad at her for being a token person? Like, we should be happy. I mean, we shouldn't be happy, but like this is kind of good progress. Like, it sucks that she keeps getting hired and other people aren't getting the opportunity, but like, I mean, it's still good. It's still good to see representation out there. I still like Aquafina. The whole black scent thing. I know she was asked about this in an interview, and do you see her comment?
I did not know.
Her comment just like, oh, so the interviewer was like, have you seen what's being said online about your black scent? Like, how would you like to address this? And she said, oh, I think it's multifaceted. I think there's a lot of factors to take into play. I'm definitely open to that discussion. That's all she
So
said.
like a non-answer.
Yeah, non-answer basically. I mean, okay, wait. I'm pretty sure she grew up in a place that...
She grew up in Queens.
Did she?
I'm pretty sure.
She grew up in... She grew up on Long Island.
So I mean,
And then
like,
grew
is
up in
it
Queens.
okay?
Yeah, you're right.
That's the thing though. So it's like, is it really a black accent or is it just a
Her.
Queens accent, like a Rhode Island,
Yeah.
Long Island, Queens kind of accent that like a lot of people are from that area who may or may not be black. And because like those two have just been like so closely associated that it looks like or feels like she's doing like a black accent.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about Forest Hill, but I just know in general, like, Queens does have, like, is known to have, like, kind of an accent. New Yorkers in general kind of have an accent, and she does kind of have, like, you know, like a straight or, like, a New York accent. I don't know. I don't know enough about the issue. I feel like I don't see anything wrong with it. No, maybe that's closed-minded of me to say that. I still like Awkwafina. I think it's good representation. She's doing what she can for the Asian Americans out there. Great.
Yeah, I don't know, like unless it was like active, like let's say she grew up in like California or something and she sounded like she was like, she sounds like how she sounds now. Then I'd be like, it feels like a little bit forced, a little bit fake. But then it's hard to like, it's like criticizing us for having like Canadian accents, right?
Yeah.
Like we grew up here.
It's always like kind of the marginalized groups who are criticized the most in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, even like Simu Liu, I think like some old tweets came out or something. They were like years ago. Like he said some kind of like bad things. And I'm not dismissing it, but it's like people change, you know? Like you're not stuck in your ways. Like it was years ago and people are still like, I refuse to watch Shang-Chi now. Like people are so horrible. Like Simu Liu is so fake. I'm not going to support this anymore. And it's like, what? All this stuff is like from years ago. Yeah, I think he changed. I think people have potential to change.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that people just don't seem to realize and accept. And I think it's hard because I was one of those people, like that people can change from who they were in the past. And like if you listen to like the last few episodes where we've kind of talked about our lives, like we have also changed since high school and elementary school and everything. So it's like it's hard to hold someone to something what they said like 5 years ago unless they still believe in that.
Yeah. Even like Scarlett Johansson too. I mean, are we really gonna hate on her for accepting cash? Like for taking on the lead person in an Asian role? Are we really gonna hate on her for that? Like think about like how many men have done that over the years. Like we're really gonna hate on the woman? Like good on her for being like as successful as she is. We're gonna hate on her for getting that money.
Yeah. You should hate on the director and the casting director and all those people who said yes to this decision.
There are so many movies where it's the man or the lead person is like, I don't know, he's playing like a transgender role. He's not transgender. He's doing blackface or something. Like those people aren't as scrutinized as like Scarlett Johansson, Awkwafina, Simu Liu. Like it's always the marginalized groups. We're always so criticized.
Oh, I never thought about it like that. That's interesting.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's just what my 2 cents are right now.
Yeah, good theory.
Thanks. We're going to be canceled next week. The last episode. Okay, let's get into it. Yeah. Trending topics. Let's go through it. The first one, the new Mario movie.
So, like, I brought this up as something I wanted to talk about, and Maggie's like, why? And I'm like, everyone's talking about it. It's the thing that is like trending on YouTube right now. Like all gamers, I don't like game YouTubers are all like shitting on this essentially because Chris Pratt, if you haven't seen the announcement, Chris Pratt is going to be Mario. And I find an issue with this mostly because voice actors train their whole lives to get parts like this. And there are much better voice actors and even actors out there who could voice Mario better than Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt doesn't have a voice that is distinct.
Okay, wait, let me read out who's in this movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt is Mario. Okay, Charlie Day, if you don't know him from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the small, high-pitched one, he's Luigi. Anya Taylor-Joy, the girl in Queen's Gambit, is Princess Peach. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. Fred Armisen is Cranky Kong. Keegan-Michael Key is Toad. Toad's voice is like, wahoo! That's Keegan-Michael Key. They hired, like, legit actors for this, not even voice Oh, Jack Black is Bowser. That's the only one that I'm really excited about.
That's the one that seems to have gotten away scot-free. Everyone's like, you know what? Jack Black can do anything.
Yeah, Jack Black is beautiful. He's precious.
To my point, Chris Pratt does not have a distinct voice. There are actors out there who do have distinct voices and I think should be in voice acting just because like they have such a nice voice or they have such a distinct voice. Chris Pratt is not one of them. He did do like Inside Outward, whatever, that movie with Tom Holland.
Yeah, but the whole time I was like, this is Chris Pratt. This is so Chris Pratt.
Exactly. That's the thing with Chris Pratt and like a lot of other actors and actresses, all you get is that person. So all you get in this case is Chris Pratt.
You know, it was also, I don't know if you've seen the Lion King movie, like the new one directed by Jon Favreau. Like they put Beyonce as Nala. The whole time Beyonce was talking, or Nala was talking, I was like, it's Beyonce! The same thing with like Simba. That was Childish Gambino. The whole time I was like, I know exactly who these actors are.
And like, I feel like that takes you out of the moment.
It does, yeah. It kind of ruins it.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing with it. It's like, but again, I was talking about this with Jordan and he's like, well, you're not really their target audience. Their target audience is children so they can sell more games. Like the studio that they're making this with, it's like Illumination film. Okay, yeah. So it's Illumination Entertainment. That's the studio. I'm just gonna. So they did Despicable Me, the Minion movie, The Secret Life of Pets.
Already, we know they're sellouts. If they did Despicable Me. Honestly, Despicable Me 1 slapped. Everything else can rot in hell. But I do not disrespect Steve Carell for getting that bank. Get it, queen.
Like, I'm thinking of the Despicable Me, which I did watch. I know, the first one was pretty good.
First one slaps, right? Everything else, horrible.
Yeah, but the first one, really good.
Steve Carell is also, like, that Venn diagram of voice actor and acting.
Yeah.
He, like, was an amazing group because he didn't use his real voice. I mean, you could tell, like, his voice would seep through sometimes, but, like, it's funny. It's okay.
There's, like, a Instagram story, I think, where Chris Pratt is basically announcing the news that he is going to be Mario, and he kind of does like a Mario-ish voice, and then he's like, "Oh, don't worry, it's not this voice that I'm going to be doing for like the movie or something. It's even better, and you're just going to have to wait and find out." And I'm like, "Oh no."
Oh no.
As it is right now, it's a Mario. That's not the voice. You'll have to wait to hear the voice, but we've been working hard at it. And
yeah, so far, not great. I don't know why they have Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Seth Rogen is objectively not a good voice actor.
I hope Donkey Kong's like really into pot.
I don't think they can do that because this is a children's movie.
I want Donkey Kong as like a pothead. I think that would be the only explanation that I will accept of why Seth Rogen is voicing Donkey Kong.
That would be pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he did voice acting for... Oh yeah, he was in The Lion King too. He was a good Puma, actually.
Party.
Oh, I did not watch Sausage Party because I don't think I was a target demographic.
I guess, like, going back to that, yeah, so we're not the target demographic for this Mario movie. They're not making this for, like, nostalgic reasons. They're making this to kids to sell more games, to sell more toys, like, figurines and everything like that. Like, Nintendo... The bigger, I think, issue is, like, Nintendo, for some reason, has an amazing rep in the gaming world. Like, everyone seems to think of Nintendo as, like, this shy, like, great, like, super about their... Yeah, there's, like, a halo effect around them. Even though, like, a lot of companies, for example, Blizzard, are not seen as great. And, like, it doesn't really make sense to me. Like, I don't understand why people think that, because they're equally as greedy as every other company and they're equally as likely to sell out.
Yeah, they're huge sellouts. Do you remember the Mario movie, like live action, like back in 1997?
I didn't watch it, but I have now heard about it.
I have not watched it. I have seen memes of it. It's terrifying. Don't look it up. It's gonna haunt you. It's meant for children. I don't know how.
I was kind of hoping this one was going to be a live action movie because I think seeing Chris Pratt and Charlie Day like dressed as like Mario and Luigi is absolutely hilarious.
I feel like Charlie Day should have been Mario. Charlie Day is like tiny. Luigi's supposed to be the tall one, and Mario's supposed to be like short and chubby.
Voice doesn't carry, I guess, too. Voice doesn't discriminate against
Well,
heights.
like, how is their voice really? Isn't it just like high pitched, like Mario,
I guess like he has like
Luigi?
a.
Would I be a better Mario?
I think so. I think they should have gotten like a female to play Mario because their voices are very high.
Nice, very nice, Mario.
This is like slight Borat, and
As I have repeatedly said, I cannot do accents or impressions. They all sound the same. They also sound like me.
if we get enough support for Maggie as Mario, I will create a change.org petition for Maggie to be cast as Mario.
Thank you. We will also start a Kickstarter for us to get some funding in, because I don't know how to animate a movie. It'll just be me making drawings of a flip book and then doing voiceover for it.
Yeah, if we ever get a Patreon and you're a premium subscriber, we'll send you a copy of Maggie's flip book.
Yes. Thank you. Watch out for my next cameo. It's just gonna be me in a Mario voice.
But it's like really bad.
Whatever you guys want. Phone sex not off the table in my Mario voice. JK. JK.
Great business opportunity here. Okay, the next one is I don't know how to say her last name properly, but Gabby Petito. And you probably know more about this than I do. But essentially, this girl was missing. She was on this van life trip with her fiance, at which point her fiance drove the van back without her van back without her. And the parents were like, hey, where's our daughter? Where did she go? And the boyfriend's like not answering any questions, being very cryptic, basically hiding out. And it seems pretty obvious that it's the boyfriend / fiance / I forget what he is to her. And they've recently found the body. True crime podcasts are going nuts over it. Recent development is Dog the Bounty Hunter is on the case.
Oh, yeah.
Dog?
Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter. I saw that on Reddit.
Firstly, why? This isn't a bounty thing.
No, it's just like so high profile. He's like, I bet I can get it. No worries. So him and his wife just like went out and find him. And I think they recently reported something to the authorities because they found like a campground thing of where they think Brian and his parents were camping. So they have reason to suspect that the parents were linked to it too. So they think it's like a major development in the case. He's reported to the authorities. He's just waiting on it.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I read on Reddit like just an hour ago.
Why would the parents report her missing and blame the boyfriend if...
No, not her parents. His parents, sorry.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah. So I think when he came back, he went straight to his parents, and then some neighbors reported seeing Brian and his parents go camping. Like, right afterwards. So they're like, oh my god, did they try to do something with the body or, like, hide the evidence or something? I mean, like, are they good parents or bad parents? Like, I mean, shout out to them for, like, staying by their son's side, but also, like, your parents. Like, how would you feel if someone did that to you?
I don't know that we ended up including this in that episode, but I think we asked your mom whether or not she would stay or like support you and your siblings if
they murdered
something
someone
bad. Yeah.
She said she would try to do as much as she could to support us. Even if she knew we were guilty. She said she would get us like legal funds and whatever. She's like, I'm your mother. I need to support you in what I can.
So is this kind of the same thing where it's
but like they're going out of their way to hide evidence? Do you think I should call my mom and ask her right now?
What she would do?
Yeah. Like, I killed someone. I need you to help me hide the evidence.
Okay.
Let's see if she picks up. Hello?
Hey,
Hello.
what?
Are you busy?
What?
Are you busy?
No, I'm on the way back to the store to get food.
Okay, I have a hypothetical question for you.
Uh,
If I killed someone and I needed you to help me hide the evidence and the body, would you help me? Is that a yes or a no?
What did you say?
She's just laughing.
If it's necessary, if it's better for you, for your benefit, then I will have to do it.
So, if you really needed to help me, then you would do it.
Yes.
Does that make you a psycho? You know you would go to jail if you were caught, right?
Of course.
So you know this, and you're saying yes.
Okay. The thing is, I am your mom. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get you to a better place. So yes.
A better place would be jail, Mom. We would both be in jail.
No.
So you would help me hide the body. Would you help me escape, like leave the country?
Yes.
Oh my god, Mom. Now I can't kill anyone because now they'll know it's going to be traced back to you.
Oh my.
Do you think all parents think like this?
Most parents would do whatever it takes to keep their kids safe. Yes.
That's crazy. That's some blind loyalty, Mom, and this is why you will go to jail.
But you also love her and thank her for it. Your mom is blindly loyal to you. And, you know,
Like-
maybe that's how his parents feel too.
Blindly loyal to a fault. Because people are shaming his parents. Because they're like, oh my god, like, your parents too. How would you feel if someone did this to your son? Like, you have a loyalty as a parent to protect other people's children too.
Yeah,
Like, this
but
is
then,
your potential daughter-in-law.
but then think about it like this. Your mom basically did the exact same thing his parents would do. So, like, I wonder if in that situation, once they become parents or if they are parents, if they would actually still feel the same way.
At the press, if my boyfriend Nick were to go missing and was killed, most likely my mom would have helped me. I'm so sorry, Nick.
Not even, there's no other explanation in this case. There's no other way that Nick would die other than the fact that you and your mom killed him. Is that what you're trying to tell me right now? If there's
No.
any...
No, wait, no, I take it back.
Like, that's very incriminating.
No, I mean, like, if this was like a Gabby Petito thing and it was reversed, actually, it would never happen because I would never agree to go in a van with Nick. I'm so sorry. I would never do this.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't put yourself into those situations.
I'm not gonna
asking for it.
I'm not gonna victim blame. I just personally get motion sickness, so after like 3 hours, I'd vomit city.
Hot. That's
Very
a
hot.
new step in your relationship that you
Very
should
hot.
take together.
He will catch my vomit.
Ugh.
What was I about to say? Oh, okay. Yeah, so Gabby Petito, I think the reason why like the world is so fascinated on this is because, for one thing, she's a white girl. And also she's like a major influencer, I think. And I think like when she and her boyfriend were together, people were like, whoa, relationship goals. Like they're so perfect together and everything. They're like the perfect couple. And I think it just goes to show like social media is like an illusion. Like people are bad. And I think at one point when they were in their van life, they were pulled over by a police. And it turned out that Brian had like scratch marks on his face. And it was, I guess, like just them fighting or stuff. And it looks like she wanted to like get out of the car and he wasn't letting her. And then she scratched his face and like something happened. But I think like the officer who pulled them over, like they recorded and everything and they were warning her like this is an abusive relationship or very toxic. Like you both need to get out of this, something like that. And yeah, like I wonder if like the cop is probably like haunted by it. Like they try to warn them, but there's not much you can do at that point if they still want to stay together. And the point where it like escalated to this. I mean, we're not going to jump to conclusions. He probably did kill her. But yeah, abusive, toxic relationship. And also, one of Wanda's points, you should... Wait, no, I think this goes against Wanda's points, where it's like you need to travel or do a road trip with your partner to see if you're, like, compatible.
Hey, if they kill you on this road trip, you probably shouldn't live with them. So my
Well, I'm
compatibility
dead.
test is still correct. Like, if you die on this trip, you're probably not compatible.
If he kills me on this trip, then I'm dead. Well, we're not going to be living together.
Exactly, not compatible.
I feel like there are other steps I could have taken. At Nick, if we're doing a road trip, will you kill me? Honest answers only.
I've asked, like, Jordan was, like, very into van life last year, like everyone else, and he was, like, looking at vans. He was like, oh my God, we should totally do it. I, for one, will never do a van life trip because I have bathroom anxiety, and you have to empty, like, a pee bucket and, like, a
Ugh.
bucket and
Ugh.
into, like, public bathrooms and stuff, so that's just not for me. Even if I'm not the one touching it, being around it, knowing that this thing exists makes me uncomfortable.
It's gonna smell in your van.
Apparently it's fine. Like, apparently the smell's, like, not too noticeable. Also, I didn't realize she has 1.2 million followers.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that it only grew after she died.
Oh.
I think people were like, maybe she'll post more when she's dead. Maybe Brian's still logged into her Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, there was that, you were telling me about that, like, all of her other posts had, like, super long, like, descriptions and captions and everything, but the
Yeah.
one, like, after she died, or maybe right before she died, was, like, super short.
Yeah, it was like the time she kind of went missing. Well, her parents were like, we think something happened to her because she's been in constant contact with us, and the last message she sent was no service in the Yosemite, and they were like, whoa, this like she's gone so long without talking to us. Even that text didn't sound like her. Usually she would add something else to it, so something's wrong. And then they saw her Instagram post, and they're like, that wasn't Gabby posting it. Someone else definitely posted that for her. Even saying that brings like chills to me.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, whoa, someone else did it. The call's coming from inside the house. But yeah, it was just like, I think Happy Halloween or something, and it was like an August post. And yeah, it's like, Brian, you're sloppy, man. I mean, maybe it was Gabby posting it, I don't know, but sloppy.
Be less suspicious.
Yeah, it was around the time her parents reported her missing, too. So, like, yeah, super, super sus.
Yeah. I mean, even going on her Instagram page just now, it's like, it's kind of creepy. It's like,
Yeah.
it's her life, but she's dead. And,
It's like,
oh.
yeah, I think it just, like, goes to show, I think two things, that influencers, like, their life isn't all that great. Like, what you're seeing online is, like, all fake. Like, her relationship with her fiance or boyfriend, whatever, fake. Her travels, she's probably not showing up the worst shitty side of travel, like peeing in a bucket and stuff. And two, that people seem to, like, we had all these resources to find one girl. We didn't have all these resources to find all those missing people who are maybe, like, still missing. Like, they only kind of want to jump out these resources now. Kind of concerning. But I'm not going to minimize this issue. This is still a bad thing. It's just, why didn't we bring it out with all those other, like, missing children and stuff? Mm-hmm. Missing people of color. BIPOC.
Yeah. Well, on the topic of BIPOC, I guess, R. Kelly was charged federally for his crimes. And I think he has still got to be charged in 2 more states. And he is probably going to spend the rest of his life in jail. And he deserves it.
Woohoo.
Because he is a terrible person.
Wait, so I don't really know what happened. So why are they bringing him back out again? Like, into court? I thought his whole thing was he was cleared. Excuse me.
So I think the US has, like, a weird, like, court system. So, like, you can get charged in every state that you committed a crime in. So, like, for example, what was his name? Like, Weinstein? What was his first name?
Harvey?
Yeah, so Harvey Weinstein was, like, charged in New York originally, but he's still, like, he was standing trial in California, or because he committed crimes both in New York and California. So this is kind of the same situation where I think he was probably charged in California, but now he might have, he also has, like, federal charges. After that, I think he still has like Montana or something and like Wisconsin. I don't know. There's two other places,
Oh,
two other
God.
states that he's still awaiting trial for. So these kind of like they all stack up on each other where it's like you can get like 30 years in California, 30 years federally, 30 years in another state kind of thing. So he's never getting out of prison.
So they like move you around state to state to serve your
I don't
sentence?
Yeah, I don't really know where they keep you. They might do that. Like if you spend the first 30 years in California and the next 30 in like a federal prison, I don't know.
That kind of imagine like you're the last state. You're like Wisconsin, like nice. We get 30 more years, and he's already like 80 and like on the brink of death. And you're like, nope, you gotta stay alive. You got 30 more years left, buddy.
Good. He deserves it for everything he did to all the young girls that he affected and traumatized and peed on and
R.I.P. Aaliyah.
yeah. There was like something about like Boondocks episode or something that I saw on Reddit that was like everything that they predicted or everything they said about R. Kelly turned out to be true.
Damn.
And this was like early 2000s. I mean, like I think a lot of people knew.
Yeah, I remember like people would make jokes about it. Like even when the whole Leah thing was going on, people like, yeah, whatever, it's okay. Like it didn't really like come out to light until I guess like the Me Too movement, where people were like, wait a minute, no one's gonna like question this. This is like super fucked up. But I remember like growing up, people just like were like, yeah, this is normal, whatever. Celebrities just being celebrities. Even that Macklemore song, remember Thrift Shop? He made a joke about R. Kelly peeing on someone. That sex tape where she was like underage. Rob Lowe did the same thing.
I think it was the Rob Lowe thing that kind of got it out, but I kind of forget now. It's been going on for so long.
Yeah. I mean, great that this got the publicity it needed.
Yeah. But it also took a very long time. And like the same thing's happening with the whole Britney conservatorship. Every single streaming service now has like a documentary about Britney.
Nice. I still need to watch the original. I think it's on HBO actually, or Crave.
I thought it was on Amazon Prime.
No.
I thought that was the first one.
Nope. I mean, I think there's one of them, but the one that everyone was talking about was the HBO one, I think.
I have seen that, but I know Netflix is also making one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like where was this before?
I mean, she was saying, she posted on her social media, she said, I haven't watched it. It makes me kind of sad to watch it. And it kind of sucks that these people are like profiting off her. Like all these documentaries are just capitalizing on her misery. Yeah. And she's not getting like a sliver of the profits. Like, did they get her permission to do this? Probably not.
That's the other thing. It's like so much, like people are now profiting off of, what you said, like her misery and stuff. And they didn't do this before. Like the first documentary, you could be like, oh, this was done out of awareness. Like we want this to get out. We want the world to know what's happening to Britney. But then every subsequent, like the Netflix like one, it's like you're just kind of like riding the coattails of this, and you think this is something that's profitable. And like we might be wrong. It might just be like Britney has agreed to this and like is supportive of this and is getting profits from this. But like if it's not, then that's messed up.
Justice for Britney. Stop making documentaries about her. We get it. Her life sucks.
Yeah, you don't have to pound us in the head with it. And I'm sure she doesn't like it either, where she constantly has to see stuff about like what she has experienced. And like, would you like if someone constantly brought the trauma of what happened to you up and into the world? Leave Britney alone.
Yeah.
So you remember back in the day, there was like that guy on YouTube who like was like, leave Britney alone, right?
Yeah, he was crying. He's a girl now.
He also does porn.
No way. Like beforehand or like now?
No, like in the last few years. Like if you, I saw this on Reddit, and if you go on his Twitter, he does have an OnlyFans, and he does post pretty provocative content onto his Twitter.
Aw, go her.
Twitter. Yes, but I mean at the time, I think she was still male. I don't know how to. I'm sorry. I don't know how to refer to this.
She's capitalizing for both porn industries.
Yeah, but it was so funny because like it was brought up when the Britney thing was brought up, and they were like, wow, this person was right all along. And then the first link was like, yeah, this person does porn now.
Wow, their business is popping.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Ah, where do they end up? Where are they now?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. This was something that Maggie actually sent me last night. It was in a TikTok. I also saw it this morning on Snapchat news because I'm one of those few people, including Maggie, that reads Snapchat news. But it was there was this whole thing that happened with David Dobrik where he took like a 3-month hiatus. His friend Dom was being charged for, I guess, unpaid wages and sexual assault, maybe rape, of this girl who has come forward. And Natalie, who is David's childhood friend and first personal assistant, because he now has 3, at least, has is essentially kind of fake. And the texts that have come out that she supposedly said is victim blaming. The girl being like, "Oh, Dom only likes dirty girls. You have to be a dirty girl for like to work with him and stuff." And it's kind of like you should have known, and you should have known better.
Yeah. I mean, so I think the person who released it was David Dobrik's like former publicist. Yeah, so but I guess like the fact that Natalie was talking to her in such like a casual way and the publicist wasn't defending the girls, kind of like too. But like we're gonna focus on Natalie for now. Natalie, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she seemed like an okay. Like I didn't follow the Vlog Squad, but she seemed like very like down to earth. Like she was like an easygoing person kind of thing. Everyone seemed to like her. Like she seemed like the nice girl. And she was saying to the publicist, like, listen, like those girls who are with Dom are admittedly whores. Like he only likes them when they're easy, dirty kind of thing. Like he wouldn't go for us. We're nice girls. Like, ooh, this is some weird pick-me girl energy going on.
Yeah. And I think she is quite literally seen as the girl next door because like a lot of the Vlog Squad had crushes on her. I think she became very popular because she is very pretty and she does spread like body positivity on her Instagram as well. So, like people were very supportive of her, but I never trusted her. And that might just be, I don't know, is that jealousy of like maybe she's like famous and like pretty and all that stuff? But there was something about her that was always off. Like there's always a dead look behind her eyes, and I don't know what it is.
I mean, I think I only know like a couple people from Vlog Squad. I think I never trusted David Dobrik. Like I never thought he was funny, and like anyone associated with him, I was like, ugh. Like Natalie, I had no opinion. I just didn't like what they were doing. I just thought it was like silly.
Yeah. Also, probably more to come, I guess. Like this seems like as soon as one thing kind of like gets out, like there's usually like a skew of things that are going to get out again. And I wonder if David Dobrik is going to take another hiatus.
I can't believe he's back to posting stuff.
Yeah, like I mean for like okay, like to draw an example, Jenna Marbles, her old videos, again, the whole like being a minority and having your old stuff like thrown in your face, even though she has like changed so much since she posts like her original videos on YouTube and everything. She basically was like, I'm leaving YouTube, and she has not come back. I think it's been like a year or two at this point. And we don't know if she's going to come back, but apparently she's doing well, according to her fiance slash boyfriend slash husband. I'm not sure what they are.
They're fiance now. I'm so happy
nice.
for them. Yeah, Julian's still pretty active, I think. It's just Jenna who took a step back. But like, good for her though. I think like she needed like that kind of space. I think it's like not a good space right now to be an influencer. I'll be honest. Like it's just like so many people.
I was watching this like game theory episode with like Matt Pat, and he like explained it really well, where he was like this past like he calls it like season 5 or series like 5th edition of YouTube or whatever. It's all about like accountability, and like people like influencers are now looked at under a microscope. So even if it's something that they did like years and years ago, they're still being like, it's being brought up, it's being scrutinized, and it's happening to like a lot of people, for like especially like beauty influencers, for example.
Oh my god, there's so many apology videos. When will it end?
Oh my god, 2020 was a year of like apology videos. Or like 2019.
Do we need one too? Oh, 2020 was also like the year of Twitch streamers, like making those. So like Twitter, you can only tweet like 288 characters, but there's this thing called Twit Bio, and all the Twitch streamers were putting like their side of the story on Twit Bio, and like they tweet it out, and they're like, "This is my side of the story. This is my apology," like that kind of thing. Like the whole thing with Pokimane and Fed or whatever. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's so strange though, but it sucks because like David Dobrik, the white man, took a much shorter hiatus, and he seems mostly forgiven of his association with Dom, and he did release an apology video a few months ago, and now he's back to posting. Although it seems like he hasn't had as many sponsorships as he like once had in his prime, like right before the Dom allegations and I guess lawsuit court case came out. But he's definitely not suffering as he's just moved into like a $12 million home.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really nice too.
Yeah, the fact that he needs 3 assistants, like, how busy is your life?
Because it was such a good segue into the other thing. The Life of Mr. Beast recently has come out on YouTube. I personally have not watched it, but a lot of people seem to be talking about it. A lot of streamers, a lot of like YouTubers and stuff, where Mr. Beast fully has like min-maxed his life, where he will not like basically everything he does it like is reinvested back into his videos, like because he gives away so much money, right? So everything, all his channels go towards that. All of his life is like he has like I don't know, like 2 personal assistants, a bunch of people that he can just call and it will like instantly be like okay. And he's like the type of person that like he doesn't know what he wants from Taco Bell, so he'll get someone to buy like everything on the menu and then like choose what he wants to eat.
Damn.
But like his life is like focused on making these YouTube videos, and that's his whole thing.
Good for him, I guess. Like, I think all of it came out with like good intent, but I'm still a little bit suspicious
Of
Mr. Beast.
in what way?
I don't know. Something about him. I'm just like suspicious. I'm just suspicious of all big YouTubers. Like everything he does like seems to have like good intent behind it. Like he's giving money away, he wants to help people. And he seems like kind of the first person to be carrying through with all of this. I don't know if I'm wrong about that. But
Carrying through like giving people money?
yeah, because a lot of people like they just say all this for clout and then they don't actually like end up giving money away.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like he actually like does give the money away, and he does do like this extreme stuff to raise awareness too. But yeah, no, I'm just suspicious of him. I don't know why. Like, I guess until I get my money, then I will not be suspicious.
Hey, pay her off, and then she'll
Yeah.
stop saying that she's suspicious of you.
Then I will endorse you, Mr. Beast. Also, I
Yeah.
thought Mr. Beast was like hella old. He's actually younger than us.
Yeah, he's like what, 23?
Yeah, that's insane. I don't know who anyone is anymore. I don't know how old people are.
Yeah, he does look like he's quite old though. Like he does look like he's in his 30s, which
I think
I don't know.
it's the mustache and the fact that he wants people to call him Mr.
does he actually?
No, I don't know. But his name is Mr. Beast. Like,
Yeah,
why
but,
doesn't he
like-
just go by Beast? Or like, please, Mr. Beast is my father. Call me Beast.
Yeah, but we don't expect people to call us apologetically me. We have other names.
What if someone called you Ms. Wanda?
Well, I mean, doctor. Not yet, but soon.
Okay, but still, what if someone came up and called you that?
I mean, people call me ma'am all the time. Is that different?
What if you insisted that people call you ma'am?
That's terrible. I'm not that old, but I don't think he does that. I don't think he insists people to call him Mr. Beast.
What is
I mean,
Mr. Beast's real name? Is this a hidden thing? Mr. Beast. I think his name is like Alex. What do you want to guess it is? It's Jimmy!
Oh yeah, I knew that. I knew it was
I think
Jimmy.
I knew that too. I just forgot.
Yeah. He looks like a Jimmy though.
I'm gonna look this up to see if anyone else doesn't like him. Mr. Beast, don't trust him.
Why does it say?
Why do some people dislike Mr. Beast? It's a Quora thing. Okay. This Quora thing. How can someone dislike Mr. Beast? We're talking about the guy who helped save the planet by planting 20 million trees. Okay, I forgot about that one. He gives people random cars for free, but does he pay the tax or something on them? Does he fuck them over when they have to pay the tax?
Yeah, I don't know about that because like in the US, like gift tax is like quite
A lot.
a lot. Like
Yeah.
it's a some people I think I was watching something where it's like, oh, I wanted to give one of my like employees a car because his car broke down or something, but then all of it like he was like, hey, I can't accept this car. The taxes on this car are going to break me and I don't have the money to pay for this.
Yeah, I remember I think back when like Oprah's show was a thing, she would like give presents like, you got a car, everyone gets a car. And people had to like decline the gift because they're like, no, I cannot pay the tax on this.
Yeah.
I just came here for a free show.
Which sucks. And okay, so I was looking at Mr. Beast and then it was like corpse is trending. And this is the last thing. We're just gonna scrap everything else like that I was planning to talk about because this I think is very interesting and it's currently trending on Google. But basically, Corpse husband, which is the guy he's a Twitch streamer, he got famous on Among Us and everything. He has a very like nice voice. People imagine him to be very attractive, but I think he just did a face reveal on Twitter, and he is not as attractive as everyone thought he was.
Wait,
And
what? He did a face reveal?
yeah, and it says people are literally tweeting, "You're fucking ugly, bro. Help. No, Corpse is ugly as fuck. I'd stay inside TikTok if I look like that. Corpse husband is ugly. Day ruined. I expected Corpse to be somewhat ugly, but not that ugly."
Oh, that's so mean. This is why he hid his face for so long.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, we're gonna get my live reaction. I don't think that's actually him, is it? I mean, even if it is, like, that person isn't ugly. Do you see it?
I have not.
Oh,
I've seen
wait.
what I.
Yeah. It's... Wait, let me show you.
He looks young.
Yeah, he looks, like, super young.
Yeah.
And he looks like what I would imagine, like, a Twitch streamer to
Would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, poor guy. He has, like, so many issues, and people are gonna call him ugly.
Yeah. But basically this article is talking about like the double standard, I guess, where it's like this alleged Corpse husband's face reveal just showed how fucked up our world is. You guys think Corpse is this mega hot guy, then you'll start bullying him when he didn't meet your standards. What the fuck are these tweets? No wonder he's so scared to show his face. Y'all being so mean about the face leak. He literally sings about how self-conscious he is about his appearance, and you guys are out here bashing him because he doesn't live up to your fantasies. Disgusting. Absolutely pathetic.
Wait, but like, how do we know that's actually his face? Because this has
No.
happened. Yeah, it's happened before. I think when I was really into Corpse Husband, and someone like allegedly said like, "This is Corpse Husband." They kept calling him ugly and stuff, and Corpse was like, "That person was not me. Like, this person was not ugly at all. This is what terrifies me about ever doing a face reveal because like people are just gonna like judge me so long." And I feel like I've missed my opportunity. That like I've gone so long, like I've made it more like suspenseful, and now people want to see my face, and I don't know if I'm ever going to do a face reveal. And I don't
And I
blame
think it's
him at all.
Yeah, like, and I think it's hard too because it's like, even if you're the most attractive guy in the world, someone's gonna be like, oh, like he's not what I had imagined, and therefore he is ugly.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
He does have a very attractive voice. I was very in love with him when I heard his voice.
But then at the same time, like, is that really even his voice? Like, maybe he just has like a voice modulator,
Right.
and like he maybe doesn't even sound like that at all. And realistically, we kind of know nothing. This goes back to the whole like Gabby Petito thing, where it's like you don't really know anything about this person realistically. Like what they portray on social media could be completely different than who they are actually.
Are we even real right now? Is our name Maggie and Wanda? Are we just using fake names?
That'd be kind of smart, actually.
Why didn't we do that?
So originally what we had planned was questions from Reddit, r/relationship advice stuff. And also we wanted to talk about some unpopular opinions that I think were kind of relevant to what we talked about in today's episode. But we'll save those, I guess, for maybe next week. And how did you guys like this style of episode? Like, should we continue doing something similar, doing like trending topics, picking stuff that were popular on Reddit and giving our take, our wonderful commentary on it? because this is actually somewhat easier for us because we don't have to think about topics ahead of time. And me scrolling Reddit on the toilet is actually being productive. And that's something I would like going
Nice.
forward.
I would also like this.
Tell us how you liked this episode. Should we continue doing something similar to this? Did you like what we used to do? If you like what we used to do, please give us some more ideas on how and what topics to focus on, because we feel like we've covered everything. Maybe we talk too much. It's like that meme that Maggie always references, or that tweet. It's like, I want to be mysterious, but I can't shut the fuck up.
We're literally a podcast. We have to talk.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in this week to another episode. Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Go follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Maggie has been posting some banger shorts and reels, whatever they're called. I don't know, TikTok. I don't know what they're called. They're called something different on every single platform. But tune in again next Thursday for another episode of Apologetically Me. Bye.
Bye.